Good morning, everybody. So great that you joined the lesson today. Um, as you can see, we are at Unit 2, Lies and Truth, and we are going to talk about reading 1. Here you remember the picture of the jury, the suspicious faces, judgmental faces. Is this guy telling the truth or not? So reading 1, that's what we're going to review. You already watched the video and the activities in your textbook for your pre-study. So today is our study and review session, meaning that you can ask a lot of questions. We are going to go through the activities together. Ask what you don't know. You can also just give your opinion on things, ideas that you have. Please share with me if there is anything that you would like to add to the lesson that I'm missing out on, or if you remember, please help me out and remind me. Just feel free to comment or to express yourself. Okay, remember that even if your answer is wrong, that is totally fine. The lesson is all about you expressing yourself, and I want you to feel comfortable just speaking up. Okay. And also, I'm not expecting you to do everything correct. You're here to learn, okay? So it's a process. Now, for everybody, this morning, I already placed the, what is it called? The Google Sheet of all your grades in Moodle. Yeah, so basically in Unit 1, if you go to Unit 1, you go to Grades Unit 1, Listening and Speaking, or you go to Unit 1, Reading and Writing. It has the heading Grades Unit 1, Reading and Writing. When you click it, you will see a link. It is a Google Sheet that shows all the activities. That is from the ebook, and all the post test is in it, and the unit test is in it. Only the journal is not yet in it. The journal results and the log results I will place in it. Yeah, but not yet. Now, by looking at it, you can see which one you already have or haven't done. Or maybe you have done, but I didn't get it. Maybe your submission was not complete, so it didn't come in. So please open it. But the thing is that if you open it on your phone, it somehow is hard to look at it. Because then if you open it on your phone, you see one sheet with scores, but then you see all these blue lines going through it, and those are the topics. So you should open it on your laptop or your tablet or something. But if you open it on your phone, it's hard to see it, because you need to understand that Google Sheet, that is one Google Sheet for reading and writing and one for listening and speaking, meaning there's like 12 pages on it. So one Google Sheet has like 12 activities, so 12 separate pages on it. So if you open it on your phone, those page names are all jumbled up through the sheet, so it becomes unclear. But when you open it with your laptop, you really see the topics down below the page really clearly. You click it and then you see. Now, those that the names are yellow means you haven't done it yet, or I haven't received. Pokoknya, I haven't received your work. So it is very easy for you to check it, and the Google Sheet will update itself. So if, for example, you haven't done it yet and you did it, and then you can go back in to check, and you will see that your name appears, but it will appear on the bottom. And then later on, I will reorganize it that it comes in the list. Okay? So, and that's why I want to use that system, because it is easier, because you can keep up with seeing what you've already done or not yet, and you also know your grades. It's transparent in the sense of the grades. Okay? So that said, let's continue. So we're going to look at our vocabulary. As you guys already know, but you know, reminding doesn't hurt a fly. You have to use for your writing project, you would have to use the vocabulary and grammar for Unit 2, right? So if you can just flip your page to page 255. Then you can see the word list. Now, here we go, Unit 2. So this is the vocab for Unit 2. Use it. It will come back in your unit test and should be used for your writing. So artful betrayal, conscience, cover up, creativity, cunning, deception, delusions, empirical, false stories, feverish, foolproof, get around something or someone, lie, magic, malicious, manipulate, outright, persuade, plagued by, pretend, promptly, quest, sleight of hand, spot, tall tales, throw a veil over something, and trickery. So those are the words for Unit 2. And then, of course, we also have, oh, the other way around. We have the grammar. And for the grammar, we always look at the first column. Yes, people? Not the second and the third. So only this column. Double comparatives. Okay, so we're looking at comparatives. Great. Okay, then we go back to page 34, where we were. So here you are going to write a synonym for the bold-faced words, for a synonym. And so you're really looking at this vocabulary word or phrase within the context of a sentence. It's important that you do not learn words as in on its own, but through this program, you're learning, you know, like the word and its definition, the word and its synonym, the word within the context of a sentence, the word within the context of a longer text, learning how to work with it. So, can I have one person that wants to volunteer to annotate for me? Do I have any volunteer for today?
Do I need to annotate with the text or only circle?
Um, um, it depends. Some needs to be with text, some can circle. This one you have to write a word.
Oh, because I can't put text because I'm using my phone.
Oh, that's impossible. Yeah. Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Okay, then I'll do it. It's fine. Or is there maybe anyone else who's using the laptop? By the way, Eno, have you tried look at the grades in Moodle?
Belum, miss.
Okay, so remember it's better to open it with a laptop, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise it's weird, it's hard to see. Okay, is there anyone else maybe who would like to help me out on this?
I can miss
Who's Iken? Who's that?
to go.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, man, thanks. Okay, cool. There we go. I'm opening up, wait, the names. So I have, okay, trying to get everybody to speak up today, yeah? Okay, we're gonna start with Kirana. Hi, can you do number one?
Yes, miss.
Can you just read the
Recognize.
sentence? Yeah, can you just read the whole sentence?
Okay. Many psychological experiments have been conducted to see if there are ways that people can successfully spot liars. The synonym is recognize.
Yeah, very good. Recognize. That can be written down to go. Recognize. It could be notice. It could be locate. It could be detect. We're just gonna write down recognize. Yeah. Is it working to go or what? Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how
Those
to.
are humongous word letters. Love this. You can make it smaller, I guess. You know how? Are you using your? Oh,
I don't know, miss. The smallest text is still big.
okay. Okay. Well, no worries, my friend. I'll help you
Bisa
out.
dikecilin nggak sih size-nya?
Bisa.
Iya bisa no, tapi di aku tetap gede.
Buset.
Okay, we'll just write down recognize. No worries. Thank you, Tugu. You're the best. Okay, so recognize. Yeah, you could have written down notice, locate, detect. That would be correct as well. Okay, number two, Yorin. Good morning.
Yes, miss.
What's number two? Can you read it out loud?
As children, we are taught to tell the truth and not to use deception with other people. Tricks.
Yeah, very good. You could use trick, you could use hoax, you could use front. Oh, why did it stop? Let's just keep it to one. Yeah, trick. But you could also have put in a hoax or fraud. Yeah, deception is trick. You don't want to play tricks on other people's lives. Yeah. Okay, we are going to Aline. Good morning.
Morning, Miss Sylvie.
Oh, number three.
In everyday life, people may feel a sense of betrayal when someone lies to them and breaks their trust. The
Yeah,
synonym is disloyalty.
very good. Thank you. And that's really sad, yeah. And it's hard to regain trust. Thank you. Okay, number 4, we go to Nico. Good morning, Nico. No, Nico? Okay. Now, we continue with Daphne. Daphne? Continue with Timothy. Timmy? Hi, Timmy.
Yes.
Hi, can you answer number 4?
Um, people sometimes tell white lies to be kind, not to be malicious, mean.
Yeah, could be mean.
Yay.
That's correct. Mean can be spiteful, can be vindictive, can be vengeful. Let's write vengeful. I like that word. But mean is correct because mean is just the same. Yeah. We go to number 5. I am going to ask Cynthia Dewi, Alice. Cynthia Dewi. Number 5. What's number 5? Number 5, people. Whoa. Let me put in then. Alice. Okay, then I'm gonna ask Kanaya. Wow, where is everybody? Yes. Kanaya. Okay, Christian. Good morning, Christian.
Miss, can I answer?
Who is this?
Alice.
Oh yeah. Okay, Alice, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Can you read the sentence?
According to a study published in the Journal for Business Ethics, people are more likely to engage in outright lying when texting than when using any other form of communication, including video chats. Absolutely.
Yeah. It could also be completely or totally or entirely. Yeah, there's many synonyms, right? So, yeah, outright lying is more a complete lie. It's like a straightforward lie. Is a total lie. Is an entire lie. It's like out there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. At least number 6. We go to Tommy. Good morning, Tommy. Okay. No, Tommy. Abel, good morning, Abel.
Good morning, Miss.
Hi, can you do number 6?
The man was a cold and cunning liar who took advantage of lonely people by tricking them out of their money. Scamming?
Yeah, scheming.
Yeah,
Very
scheming.
good. Scheming could also be clever, but clever in a very bad way though. It's cunning. You're a cunning liar. You're like a actually kind of a smart liar how to do it, but that's not good to be smart in lying. Like it's the wrong thing to be good at. Okay, Angel. Good morning, Angel. Can you do number 7? Good morning, Angel.
Morning, Miss.
Can you do number 7?
Empirical evidence from brain scans indicate that lying leads to more brain activity than telling the truth, although there is no exact theory to explain this result. Experimental.
What did you say?
Experimental.
Oh, experimental. Yeah, it could be experimental. So, wait, why are you not writing? Practical? Experimental? No. Practical? It can also be observed. It can be demonstratable. Demonstrable, demonstrable, demonstratable. That's an interesting word. Yeah. So, and it can also be practical because basically with empirical means that it involves a practical side of it. Yeah. Thank you, Angel. Number 8. We go to Marlicia. Good morning.
Morning, Miss.
Oh, your voice. I'm happy to hear you are semangat. Yes. That's nice. Can you do number 8?
Okay. The quest for the perfect way to detect liars has been unsuccessful so far. The synonym is search.
Yeah, like search or hunt, yeah? Quest is like a search. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're going to go to the next page. Number 9. Number 9 is for Ano.
Severe mental illness create delusion that seems completely real to the patient. In this case, the patient may not be aware that he's lying. Distraction.
Can be a distraction, can also be an illusion. Can also be a fantasy. Delusion is more an illusion or a fantasy. Yeah. A distraction is just something that keeps your mind of something, but a delusion is when you're thinking of something that is there, but it is not there.
Is it like imagination?
Yeah, like a fantasy or an illusion. But the person finds that it is real, but it's not. So another word would be illusion or
hallucination.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hallucinations, yeah. Okay, number 10, we go to Grady. Good morning, Grady.
Yeah.
Hi, can you do number 10?
Okay. There is no completely accurate way of detecting lies, and even lie detectors are not foolproof. What's foolproof? I don't really familiar with this word. Maybe it's a proof? No, I don't know.
Foolproof mostly we refer to as that it is really, really reliable or very certain. You can also say dependable. Thank you for trying. Eh? Yeah. Dependable, reliable, certain. Ito sesuatu yang sangat pasti. Cool. Okay, we go to Sam Ryan. Can you do number 11?
Some people regret that we are plagued by liars who refuse to speak the truth, but others feels that certain types of lying may be necessary. Some people plagued by.
It's like you're plagued by something, so that's tormenting then. Huh.
Is it the same like you've been played?
It's
Something
more
like that.
Yeah, it's more that you're troubled. Plagued by means troubled by, tormented by, or afflicted by something. Does that make sense? So I'm afflicted by, troubled by, tormented by, or plagued by. It's all the same meaning. Yeah. Guys, thank you, Ryan. Are there any questions, guys, about the words, the vocabulary? Not. Then we're going to continue with our preview. You're going to read an article about lying and the role it plays in our lives. Okay, so you already know the previewing is super important. I've taught you that already since year 10 and year 11. And in the video, I reminded you also of previewing. So a lot of students skip this part, skip the skimming, still go straight away to the question, then jump into the text. Maybe that works for Bahasa Indonesia. I do not argue that, but it is not good for English because English has a different structure from Bahasa Indonesia. We have a very clear peel going on. We have a very clear scaffold going on. So basically, because every text has that same structure and scaffold, the strategies of using previewing and skimming are the most effective. Basically also because through previewing and skimming, you already get all the general questions, you know, like what's the main idea, what's a suitable title for the text, what is the purpose of the writer to write this, what is the type of text. There's a lot of these questions that you can already answer straight away after just previewing and skimming the text. Now, for the more specific questions, the more detailed questions, explicit questions, scanning is just awesome because it's easy to find it. Now we go to another type of question, which is more analytical, and you need to make inferences. Those are the implied meanings, the implied questions. Those are the ones that are not literally stated in the text. Now, for that, you would have to combine the facts in the text in order to come up with a conclusion, which that is the implied meaning. And for that, you have to understand the text. You cannot answer such a question by just scanning. And that's why it's so good to start with previewing and skimming. You already get all the general questions settled. And by working through the more general questions, you already get an idea of the text. Then, if you have enough time, it's always best to intensively read the text. And while you're doing that, you annotate your text. Yeah. If you do it online, then you take notes on a piece of paper regarding your text. And then you answer the questions. For those analytical questions, you have to understand the text. Yeah, otherwise you will answer out of context. So you cannot just go to the question and then just look for the answer in the text. So we preview first to get the text type and the purpose of the text, which creates a focus, which in turn helps us to better understand and follow the text and to know what to read for and to know how to take notes. Your brain needs time to prep itself to get into it. And that is where your previewing is so good and your skimming is so amazing. After that, once you read, like you pick the things up really fast. Information is really easily stored in your brain. How we preview is by looking at the title and the possible headings and text might have. Not always, but could have. And you look at the visuals to get an idea. And from there, you can predict. Now, in this case, looking for the lie, New York Times Magazine. So we know that this is an article. This text is an article, okay? An article. An article mostly has headings. In this case, it doesn't, which is okay. An article is mostly to inform, to explain or to inform. Yeah. Okay, so when we're looking at that, we have that. We go into skimming. Remember, we skim for the main idea. We read the introductory paragraph, every first sentence, and concluding paragraph if there is one. And that really gives you the main idea. While you're skimming, it's super important to annotate, underline, circle the keywords. And also what is good is to make margin notes. Now, if you're doing it online, where you don't have a physical paper in front of you, then just take notes take notes on a piece of paper. Okay, in this previewing, they ask you two questions. Do you know when someone is lying to you? And is there a way to accurately tell whether someone is lying or telling the truth? Now, these are just questions about the whole idea of lying, just to get you into the topic. It's basically this 5-second rule or 10-second rule where you allow your brain to start focusing and grasp what is going to happen. You're making yourself ready. Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to ask the first question to Gaby. Good morning, Gaby. Good morning, Gaby.
Good morning, Miss.
Hi, can you answer the first one? Do you know when someone is lying to you?
I know it when I already know the truth gitu loh.
Okay, you know it later on. When you know the truth, then you know that the person have been lying. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Iya.
Sometimes you can know when someone is lying to you from the way they talk, maybe, or how they behave. Especially if it's your friend. If you know your friend, you know. Like normally he talks or she talks in a different way. Like, no, ini kok beda ya. Something's up, right? Okay, what about number 2? I'm going to ask David. Good morning, David. Hello, David. David, if you're in the class but you're not responding, you're regarded as absent, yeah? Just so you know. Okay, then I'm going to ask the second question to Enric. Good morning, Enric. Enric, good morning. Jordi? Good morning, Jordi.
Yes, Miss.
Hi, can you answer the second question? Is there a
Morning.
way to accurately tell whether someone is lying or telling the truth?
Yes. I can know from the tone of their voice, body gesture, and if they fail to make eye contact with me, then uh, I'm pretty sure that they're lying.
All right. The eyes that are diverting, right? Yeah, or you use a lie detector, yeah. Awesome, thank you. Yeah. Okay, cool. That brings us to the next part. Here you go. I'll cross my fingers. It's quite a long text. Now we're going to jump into main ideas. So wait a second. This is details. You had to read and focus on the main ideas. Now remember that the general main idea is reflected through the title and the thesis statement, which is in the introduction. Yeah, the sub-main ideas are reflected through subheadings and the topic sentences. So a subheading, a sub-main idea, the sub-main idea is the same as the topic and the purpose in the topic sentence, like a small controlling idea, which is stated in the topic sentence. A general main idea is the controlling idea of the whole text, which is stated in the thesis statement. Now, if we are looking at main ideas, it's the main points. Basically, main ideas, if we're looking at a paragraph, it's the main points. If it's the main idea of the whole text, then it's the topic sentences that support the main idea, right? If we're looking at a main point, the main point is developed and supported by details. Now, what we're going to do is underline 3 sentences in the article that express the main points the author is presenting. So, what are 3 sentences now where it is I can show that to you and then you just check whether you got that or not. The first one is in paragraph 2. It's definitely not a quote because a quote is specific information told by a person, so that is not it. You go to paragraph 2 and then you go to the sentence, what is true instead is that there are as many ways to lie as there are liars. There's no such thing as a dead giveaway. That is one that shows the main idea. And if you go to paragraph 5, the first sentence, the topic sentence, deception is, after all, one trait associated with the evolution of higher intelligence. That's basically the first sentence, yeah? The topic sentence. And in paragraph 2, it was almost the last sentence that basically, it was the last sentence, yang dirangkum lagi. So in paragraph 2 is the last sentence, paragraph 5, first sentence. And in paragraph 10, it's the first sentence, but it would be destabilizing indeed to be stripped of the half-truths and delusions on which social life depends. And the last sentence in paragraph 10, worse than living in a world plagued by uncertainty in which we can never know for sure Who is lying to whom might be to live in a world plagued by its opposite, certainty about where the lies are, thus forcing us to tell one another nothing but the truth. Basically, what you see here, that most of the main ideas or the sub-main ideas are taken from the topic sentence and or the concluding sentence. Okay? Any questions about that? So do not be mistaken, yeah. If it is in a topic sentence, it's a sub-main idea. If it's within the paragraph, we're talking about main points. Yeah, so sometimes that can be mistaken. We're going to look at details right now. So you're going to put in true or false. Now, in order to answer this, in order just now to answer the main idea though, you really had to, yeah, scan through the topic sentences. Yeah, that is where skimming works the best in this. Yeah. Now for the details, you got to scan. Now, in order to know true and false is not always easy to answer. You got to underline or circle the keyword in the sentence and then scan through the text. Now, you don't have to scan from beginning to end. If you already skimmed the text and annotated it, you already know what is where. So you already know what specific paragraph to scan. And then you have to make sure that you're careful with looking for keywords, because when they paraphrase, they might not be using the same keyword, but they use another one. So look for a word that has similar meaning. So most people believe that liars avert their glances. So liars avert glances. That would be underlined, and you look for that in the text. Okay, true or false? Okay, I'm going to ask Geraldi, good morning. Geraldi? Michelle Petris? Good morning, Michelle.
Yes, miss.
Hi, can you do number 1?
Morning.
Number 1 and 2.
True and false.
Yeah, very good. True and false. Yes. Number 3 and 4. Right. Jonathan, Arya? Jonathan, Arya? Okay, I'm gonna ask Michael. Good morning, Michael.
Yes, miss.
Can you please answer number 3 and 4?
Psychologists are better than ordinary people at detecting liars. I think it's true.
It's actually false, because other people can detect it as well. What about number 4? Polygraphs can detect lies. Is that true?
I couldn't find it.
Okay, it's false, because they can detect. They don't detect lies. They detect when like a heartbeat goes up or so, and then from there they can determine. Yeah. Okay, number 5 and 6. Thank you. Number 5 and 6 goes for Kesia. Good morning, Kesia.
Good morning.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5, false.
Yeah. No, number 5 is true. Some experts like David and Nana think that lying is a necessary way for us to cope with reality. That's what they believe, yeah? Not what the truth is, but that's just what they say in their text, yeah? As from psychological aspect. Okay, what about number 6? According to the Machiavellian intelligence hypothesis, intelligence evolved in order to increase the ability to deceive?
False.
It's actually also true.
Okay.
Yeah, you really have to go through the text correctly in order to know this. Okay, we go to number 7. Thank you, by the way, Casey. Yeah, we go to number 7 for Kensuke. Good morning, Kensuke.
Morning, miss.
Learning to lie is a sign that something has gone wrong in a child's development. Is that true or false?
Learning to lie. False.
Yeah, that's false, definitely. Okay, now one more. What about number 8? Many experts believe that people would feel more secure if everyday lies were uncovered.
Me again?
Yeah, again, Kensuke. Yeah.
Many experts believe that people would feel more secure if everyday lies.
So lies,
True.
yeah,
True.
all the lies are uncovered, so it's only the truth. Now it's actually false. False.
Oh, false.
Because
Sorry.
actually, a lot of people would prefer to have some lies or something covered up.
Yes, secure. Yeah,
They,
yeah, sorry.
they don't want everything to be known. Okay, thank you, Kensuke. Okay, I go to Gu.
Yes, miss.
Can you do number 9, 9 and 10?
Yes.
According to the article, doctors shouldn't lie to their patients and parents should never lie to their children. According to the article, yeah?
It's true.
The article actually says that, didn't say that. The article actually advocates that certain lies are important to protect. That's what the article says. What about number 10, Tagu? An anti-terrorism device could also detect lies told at work, school, and at home. True or false? Oh, what do you think?
I don't find it.
Okay, it's actually true. Yeah. And then we go to the last one, 11. Darren, good morning.
Yeah, Miss
Darren.
Louis.
Hi. What is number 11? Louis Thomas was an advocate for a foolproof lie detection device. Is that true or false?
True.
Was actually false. Yeah. He wasn't so much for it, actually. Okay, guys, you really need to read the text in order to be able to do this. You need to understand, because it's very hard to do true and false if you don't know the text. That's why we need to preview, we skim, and then we intensively read the text while taking notes, engaging with the text. Yeah. So there are certain questions that just can be answered by previewing and skimming, but there are questions that you need to really intensively read the text and analyze. Yeah. Okay. Now, about inference, I explained that just now. Making inferences is making an educated guess. You're using several facts combined together. Let's say some facts from paragraph 1, some facts from 2, 3, 4 in paragraph 5. And looking at all these facts together, you can get a conclusion. And that is your analysis then, yeah? What can you derive from there? Now, interpreting the author's words. What is the author really saying? So we are so used to read the text by face value, as in just what it explicitly is telling you, but we gotta learn to look implicitly to the message that is being given. Yeah. So that means reading between the lines to understand the intention, the motivation, the emotion, the depth of it. For example, you say to your mom and dad, "Mom and Dad, I love you." Or you say to your mom and dad, I love you as much as there are stars in the sky. There is, you could say, oh my God. But if you say that as much as there are stars in the sky, that will give more depth to your statement, as in trying to make your parents see how much you love them. And we often use figurative language for that. We often use expressions, idioms for that in order to bring depth to our message. Yeah. So to understand reading between the lines, to understand the author's intention, even when it's not stated explicitly, yeah, it's important to find that. Now, being able to read between the lines is an important comprehension skill. Yeah, since a lot is implied. Now, we're going to look at the activity. You were supposed to read this sentence or this quote, and you would have to look at the paragraph. So the paragraph is mentioned in the parentheses because you would have to understand this quote in context, not this quote on its own. A quote on its own, a word on its own is just that. But when we're saying understand it in the context means you have to go back to the text and see how that quote or that word or that phrase has a specific meaning within the context of the rest of the information in the paragraph. I'm going to ask Hosea Ryan. Good morning, Hosea Ryan.
Yes, Miss. Morning.
Good morning. Can you answer number 1? We humans are active, creative mammals who can represent what exists as if it did not and what it doesn't exist as if it did.
Human have imagination.
Human, yeah, what the author means to say is that we have imagination. Awesome. Thank you very much. Very good. Okay, what does the author try to say about number 2? And that one I'm going to ask Matthew. Concealment, obliqueness, silence, outright lying, all help to keep nemesis at bay. All help us abide 2 large helpings of reality. Oh, that's a mouthful, paragraph 4. What does the author try to say here? Is it A, too much reality is bad for us, or is it B, too much lying is bad for us? What do you think, Matthew?
B.
Huh?
B.
Basically, it's actually A. Too much reality is bad for us. Yeah. Concealment, obliqueness, silence, outright lying. So these are all in one line, yeah? Concealment, you know what it means? It's if you're concealing something, you're covering something up. Yeah? If you're concealing something, you're covering something up, making sure that people don't know about it. When you're silent, you're not covering it up, or you're just not saying it. Outright lying, yeah, you're just saying something totally different. And obliqueness would mean you are trying to take such an angle in which you don't have to respond. Yeah. You're like, when you're oblique, you're kind of rambling around and talking, but not really telling directly what it is about. So you're being kind of indirect and going around and around, you know, like not straightforward. That is basically what it means. Yeah. So all of them have everything to do with lying. And so if we're looking at that, oh, keep the nemesis at bay. That is like a saying as keep it safe. Yeah, you keep yourself safe. You keep it clear. Oh, by the way, a synonym of obliqueness could be ambiguity, being in the dark, keeping it in the dark. That's another word that we could use. Now, and so it says that all that will help us. So what he's basically saying that too much reality is bad for us. Like he thinks that this is important because it keeps us a little bit safe. Yeah, that's why it is A. For number 3, I am going to ask Kirana. Before long, we would stop speaking to each other. Television would be abolished as a habitual felon. Politicians would be confined by house arrest and civilization would come to standstill. What is the author trying to say here? A, social interaction is built on truth. Or B, social interactions built on lies?
I think it's B.
Yeah, it's very good. Definitely. Yeah. How did you get that though?
Mm, because ah, I don't know. It's my feeling. I
Okay,
think
cool.
it's the sentence because they talk like if 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 we're telling the truth, we would stop speaking to each other, and politicians would be arrested. I think from that
Yeah,
sentence.
very good. So basically, definitely it is B. Very good. See, guys, it is important that you not just know the answer. It is very imperative that you know how you got to that answer. You need to be able to give evidence, and that's where Peel comes back in. Peel: point, explanation, evidence, and linking. You cannot just state something. If you say what an answer is, or you state your opinion, or you make a point, you always have to be able to explain it. And then you have to be able to give an example or give evidence. So in a text means that you need to be able to show where you got it and what information in the text backs up your choice. Yeah? That's very important. So remember that you always have your peel going. It's not only for speaking and for writing, it is, but it is also for reading and for listening. Basically, you find the point, you look for the explanation of the point, you look for the evidence of the point, and you look how it is linked back. So if you're applying it in your writing and speaking, means that for listening and for reading, you're trying to look for it. Yeah? Great. Okay, that brings us to the last part of today's lesson, which is expressing opinions. You all know that that is super important. We want you to be critical and analytical. It is important for you to think about concepts and ideas, to have an opinion about it. Nonetheless, being able to express it respectfully and nicely, always leaving room for other people to express their opinion as well, always respecting and being open for other people's opinion as well. And it is important that when you do so, you use your peel. Yeah, just give your opinion, explain it by giving reasons, give examples for that, or evidence, and link it back. So people will understand why you have that opinion. You don't always have to agree, but you do always have to be respectful for other people's opinion. Now, why is this important, this part of reasoning? It is because it creates a critical mind. Okay, and in university and in your career path later, it is super important that you are assertive, that you're able to speak up, and that you do not speak up or whenever you write, you don't know how to portray your thoughts. You need to be able to reason things and come up with ideas and concepts. And hey, why is it good? Why is it not good? Can it be done better? How could it be done? You have that reasoning going on and you come to this kind of concept, but then you have to be able to also word it correctly, either through presenting speeches or whatever you do and through writing. So it starts with a reasoning concept. Okay. That's why it's a very strong part of the CCSS curriculum because it is important for university and for career. Yeah. Now let's look at the first one. Robin Moran's Henne categorizes these lies as kind-hearted lies. That is stated in paragraph 8. A doctor telling a terminally ill patient that the new chemotherapy might work, that's not sure. A researcher not telling a man that his wife's baby is not his, a husband not telling his wife about his mistress. Are these really kind-hearted lies? Or are they just strategic lies to protect the feelings of the doctor, the researcher, or the husband? Don't people have the right to the truth? Okay, I'm going to ask let me see. No, well, is there anyone who would want to respond? Anyone out of yourself who would like to respond to this? No volunteers? Okay, I'm going to ask, let me see. Abel. Abel? Abel? No? Michelle? Michelle? No answer also?
Yes.
Hi, could you respond to the first one? What do you think about these kind-hearted lies? Is that good? Is that okay? Those kind of lies, number one. Should certain things not be told?
It's just I think people have right to know the truth, even though it's hurt. Like even though uh the truth is like literally crushing you, but it's better to know the truth than to know the better lie.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's good. Yeah, people have the right to know the truth, yeah, because then they can also make better decisions on what to do, right? Like if a doctor is not honest to a patient, then how could they make a good decision, right? Yeah. Okay, Henrik writes that it would be destabilizing indeed to be stripped of half-truths and delusions on which social life depends. Paragraph 10. Explain what she means. Do you agree or disagree with her? Who can say something about this part? So she's basically saying that the society is depending on half-truths. So we're all having some kind of lies going on, and those lies are like a delusion, but they're kind of like, in a way, protecting us. Do you agree with that? Okay, I'm going to ask Kanaya, are you here? Good morning, Kanaya. No. Okay, so I'm going to ask then Keisha. Keisha? Keisha? Sam Ryan? Sam Ryan?
Yes, miss?
Hi, could you respond to number 2?
Yes, wait. Henny writes that if it was indeed it will be stripped of half truth and delusion with social dependence, exclamation means you could. It is stabilizing indeed to be stripped of. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, miss. I kinda don't understand the part that she said destabilizing. Can you explain it for me just a
Yeah,
little bit?
so what she means is that our social life would become imbalanced or would be endangered if, for example, we wouldn't have any half-truths anymore. Because the delusions and the half-truth, or if you want to call them the kind-hearted lies, those type of lies basically make our society stable. So she believes that if you take it away, that is not good. Now, do you agree with that or not?
I agree with that because I think what lies is important in our society. Uh, for example, myself, I like to tell white lies quite often to move away from controversial things and not debate with other people. So I think that's important to keep that balance.
Okay, gotcha. Sometimes it helps out, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys, remember that whenever you express your opinion, you always have your point, your explanation, your evidence, and you're linking back to the point that you were making. Okay, we're going to have a quick look at our unit schedule just to remember where we are at right now this week, 5th of October. So for a Zoom meeting, we did reading 1. For your project, focus should be on researching. For your essay, yeah, you already did the brainstorm, so now use the brainstorm details to do your research. Your post-study for this coming week will be doing the activities in reading 1 for ebook reading and writing. And your pre-study will be watching the video of listening to Unit 2, listening to, and you will do the activities in your textbook for listening and speaking. And the link of this video I have already given to you on Monday. I have also given you the link of the last week's Zoom meeting already. So if any of you is confused, you can just rewatch it, fast forward it to wherever you need to rewatch and understand the material. Okay. Yeah. So next week we will be evaluating listening to. Yeah. Okay, then that is basically all we were doing for today. Is there anyone who has a question or anything who wants to say something? Okay, then in that case, then we're going to end our meeting. Please, for the class secretary, please remember the attendance. Thank you very much. Have a great week, guys. God bless you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, miss.
Thank you,
Bye.
Miss Sylvie.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.